Now tuned in to the premier program for all of your business resources, Small Business NOLA, with your host, Reuben Detiege.
Hi, we're back with another episode of Small Business NOLA. I'm Reuben Detiege, your host, and I got a powerful show today. It's going to be really great. We have two captains of the industry. I don't know if you call them captains because they're ladies, but captains of industry. We're going to talk about PR and promotions, and then we're going to talk about some of the images you see in the media and whatever else. But I want to remind everybody we have the Small Business NOLA radio show that comes on every Saturday, WBOK at 2 o'clock, the hour of power. So we're going to talk about this and continue the conversation from today. But I want to say happy holidays, everybody. We haven't been here in a month. And we have a lot of stuff going on. We had all the events going on and whatever else. But without further ado, because we got a lot to talk about, so I don't want to get into that too much. But first, we'll introduce the two ladies on the set that we have. We have a powerful show. So if you're a woman in business, these are the people you want to listen to and talk to. You want to hear what they're talking about. If you're a man or a woman or a couple in business, you're going to want to hear about the publicity and promotion that they're going to talk about. But let me introduce my two guests. So I have them here. First of all, Ms. Havilah Malone with Publicity Magnet and the #1 bestseller ebook on the planet right now. Yeah. And also with her, my good friend, Ms. Sharita Cenac with 365 Public Relations. Happy to have you guys here.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about it. Let's go left to right. Publicity Magnet, #1 ebook. Tell us a little bit about you, and then let's talk about the book a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, I'm a New Orleans native, or more specifically, Kenner is where I was born and raised. And, you know, my background has, for the most part, been in public relations and broadcast media. So I actually started off working at a television station behind the scenes. So learning all the aspects of production, really understanding what goes on in the newsroom and in a studio. And then my career brought me in front of the camera. So I actually was the television host for Home Shopping Network and QVC for many years, and I had a television show on Style Network as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and then a very large portion of my career also was in the corporate world, and so I ran about a $160 million business for one of the largest computer manufacturers in the world. So kind of got both sides of, you know, media and corporate and business management. So bringing both of those together to be able to really help people to get their message out to the world and promote themselves and really magnify their power. So.
And now you're trying to help people who need publicity now.
Absolutely.
So you got the ebook, and the name of the book is?
Yes, it's How to Become a Publicity Magnet in Any Market via TV, radio, and print.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really a holistic view of being able to help you become the type of person that can attract media attention. So you're not running out after it, but it's actually coming after you.
And you got a blog talk radio show also.
Yes, I am the spokesperson for the International Mastermind Association. And so we have a blog talk radio. I host it every third Saturday of the month. It's on blogtalkradio.com/masterminders. We talk about the principles within Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, really helping people to, you know, grow not only in their personal lives, but also in their business lives, and using those principles from that book. So it's very powerful information that really changes lives.
Sounds great. How did they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me via my website at havilahmalone.com. That's HAVILAHMALONE.com. I'm also available on Twitter at Havilah Malone, Facebook, or you can even email me at ask@havilahmalone.com.
Just every way you can think to get in touch with this lady is
Absolutely.
powerful. Now the second part, the dynamic duo, I'm gonna say it here, is Sharita Cenac, 365 Public Relations.
Yep.
Now you got an event coming up.
I do.
Tell us about you first, how you got started, what you're doing, how to get in touch with you, and just tell us a little bit about the event.
Well, I got started. I actually kind of fell into PR. I had my first child in my last year of college, and so when I went back, I transferred to Tulane, and I kind of like just fell into PR, and I wanted to have a career that, revolved around my children rather than, raising my children around a job. So PR was like perfect. It allowed me the flexibility to, do a few things here and there and work on big projects for a certain amount of time, then have a lot of time off to work with them. And I fell in love with it and just never looked back.
Now you were in sports too. You talking about?
What do you mean sports?
Didn't you? I thought you played a little ball at one time.
Well, yeah, in high school. In high school, yeah. Not in college. I started to get too cute.
Oh, all right. 365. Who is your clients?
Well, we focus mostly on entertainment and lifestyle. So we do a lot with a lot of the concerts that come here. We do artist management, artist relations. A lot of the stuff that goes on backstage, making sure that the artists are happy, taken care of, have everything that they need.
How you do that? Because I see these riders on some of these things. It's incredible.
Well,
I saw something one time. Somebody said, again, maybe some of this stuff is false, but I'm gonna get in this right quick. Somebody said Mariah Carey had to have room temperature M&Ms. What is room temperature M&Ms? Dude, they got some dude that making sure wait, let's cool them off now. They too hot. I don't know, but.
Well, I've never really had anybody that's been that crazy. I guess I treat them like regular people and they love me for that. And so, it makes my job a lot easier. I'm very understanding that, sometimes they need what they need and,
Well, that's what they say they need to do to perform, to get to the level of their optimum performance level. Mm-hmm. Tell us about you, Ethan.
So she's in the mastermind group, and it's very similar. I'm really big on Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, all that stuff, and so
this is a good hookup then, huh?
Yeah. So I'm really big on visualization and visualizing things, because once I did realize that PR was my thing, I just strategized like, okay, where do I want to go? How far do I want to go? Who do I want to hook up with? And it has always worked for me. So I'm really big on vision boards. My children have been doing vision boards since they were like 3 years old, and everything has pretty much come to pass. So I'm really big on it. So my event is the Live Your Dream Tour. And it's a series of vision board and cocktail parties, pretty much, bringing people together who are ready to go to the next level. And the theme this year is Live Your Dream in 2014. So it's like, 2014 is your year, claim it. And we're doing about 6 cities. It's a 6-city tour right now. So New Orleans is where it's starting, Baton Rouge, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, and Atlanta. And we're doing that for December and January, getting people ready for the new year.
How did they get in touch with you to find out some more about it?
They can go to 365publicrelations.com, or they can find me on Twitter, 365publicrelations, or my personal Twitter, which is NOLA PR Pro. They can email me, Sharita at 365publicrelations, and
I don't have a vision board anymore. I guess I'm too old for that.
No.
I'm not.
See, okay, wait. I'm gonna tell you, that's a huge part. The audience that we're catering to is adults, because I've learned in working with a lot of my clients, a lot of people, once they reach like 25, they give up on their dreams.
And you know what? Maybe I'm coming to the vision tour.
Yes.
I'm coming. I used to have on my refrigerator 2 things. I had a helicopter and I had a limousine, because people always say, I want to put my dream car in there. My dream car has a guy in the front driving it.
I know.
I don't want to drive. I don't want a Lamborghini. I just want something in the back that I tell a guy I need to get there, and then he says, we're here, sir, and I'll get out. I don't even have to open the door. I'll open my own door. But anyway, and what's the date of it again here in New Orleans?
Here in New Orleans is December 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. and it's at a private location. All the locations are private, and you know.
Oh, I'm interested now. I gotta go to this. Havilah, you'll go with me? We going.
The most important thing is limited to the first 30 people, so it's very exclusive.
Okay.
So
that sounds great.
No, that's absolutely amazing what you're doing, because that vision boarding is so important. I mean, I can even think back, I vision boarded creating this book.
Oh,
like
wow.
literally, like it was on my vision board. I had a bestseller sticker on there. Matter of fact, I had that picture on the mock-up that I had done, and this was like almost a year ago that I had created that.
Great segue. Tell us about the book. What's actually in the book?
Oh, absolutely. I believe very heavily in the 80-20 rule, that things are 80% psychology, 20% mechanics, which means your mindset is so important to helping you achieve your dreams, to achieve your goals, to doing the things that you want to do in life. And so when you can have the proper mindset, you can go into any situation and win. And everybody was born to win. They really were. And so the book really outlines for you principles and tools that, have helped me along the way and that have helped others along the way to really be able to get into that proper mindset. And the book definitely talks about, vision boarding and, being able to write down your goals and dreams. Like, okay, you say, I want to, be on a television show. Which television show do you want to be on? How many do you want to be on? How many calls do you want, coming in a day, to get your business out there? So you have to be very specific about what it is that you want. And sometimes people don't have that roadmap or that plan to be able to help
all
them.
my clients come back and they say to me, I want to sell pralines. I say, who's your market? Well, anybody. Well, you can't sell to anybody. There are diabetic people out there. So they are not going to be your clients. So how are you going to get to that market? And then they never know. So I guess that is important.
Absolutely. And so sometimes people just focus on the mechanics of, okay, well, how do I go to the TV station and how do I pitch them and stuff like that? The mechanics is really the easier part of it. It's getting you prepared and getting you together. That's the part that takes the work. And so the book deals heavily with that and, has some very powerful information that, I've gathered, because one of my mentors is Tony Robbins. And I mean, he is just, he is absolutely amazing.
Y'all know each other?
No, but I'm like, thank you, Reuben.
I'm telling you, what, when you are, working on yourself and getting your mindset together, you will connect with people who are on that same, wavelength with you, on that same vibration with you. Yeah. And those are the people who you want to surround yourself with, because those are the ones that are going to help you get to where you want to go, and you can all come up and grow together.
So when you're saying that, who did you target that book for, and who's that book really intended for? Who's the target market for that book?
It's for entrepreneurs, for leaders, people who truly have a message that they need to get out there that's going to help change the world. Those are the people who, I particularly enjoy working with, because they can make it, they're game changers. Yeah. They're absolute game changers.
And where can they find it? Where do they go look for the book?
Yeah, they can either go to my website at havilahmalone.com, or they can find it on Amazon. So they can go just look under Publicity Magnet. If you just type in Publicity Magnet or my name, then the book will come up.
Great. Sharita, let me ask you, who is your target market for your event? Who do you expect to be there, and who are you looking, what does a typical audience member at the tour look like?
Well, I mean, I cannot tell you how many people I know or meet that hate their jobs. They want to get married, but they have the mindset that there's not enough good people out there or whatever. So my audience is adults, professionals who really desire to get out of those dead-end jobs. And I always say a job is, if you don't have a purpose, in your job, you can leave one job thinking that you need more money, and it's really not about the money, so you just leave one job, go to the next job, and you're thinking that you need more money, but it's not more money, it's what's the purpose. If you're going to work every day and you don't have a purpose for it, then really the only purpose for that job is to get a paycheck. And so I'm looking for all those people.
Because, I say this to a lot of my clients all the time. They say they want to get out of their jobs. And I say, well, why did you get there? Well, so I had to eat. Well, if that's the case, you could have done anything. But, I mean, what is your purpose? What are you going there to do? And when you get up in the morning, is there a purpose to perform whatever duties you are? Because you're doing not only yourself a disservice, you're doing a disservice to whoever that guy is that hired you. And I say that to them all the time. So I say, you have to get up with purpose in the morning and have somewhere to go. And what's your goal? Because I preach this in the seminars, and I'll say this again. You got two resources that if somebody had to steal, they would take them first, and they're valuable. And they always ask, what is my diamonds at home or my car? No, your time and your money.
Your time.
Because you cannot, if you waste that, you will never get it back.
Ever.
I'll tell you what, the most valuable resource that anybody has is what's right here. Because this can lead you to the millions that you're looking for, lead you to that fulfilled life that you're looking for, give you anything you want. Like and what people don't even realize or hold on, they give away their power so easily. Yeah. But you are the writer, director, and producer of your life. The things that are happening in your life, you are
You know,
cause
it's
of that.
amazing you say that, because everybody wants to be concerned about other people.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I said, and of course it's a big business. This is comes some of you guys' business. You know, I'm not really concerned about what happens with Kim K. I don't care. But you know, people want to, did you see she did so and so? Or you know, another one. This was a big thing, and I guess it's going to hit home for you guys. You know, I was traveling, and people said, "Did you see the VMAs last night?" I said, "No." Did you see Miley Cyrus? Miley Cyrus had a goal, and if I'll be darned if she didn't achieve it, because nobody can tell you nothing else about the VMAs, but whoever publicity people were and whoever were her show designers were, she was the only thing that was talked about. And so she usurped the entire show and turned it into her circus, and I guess that was their goal.
And it's no surprise that she, you know, her tour dates came out, less than a month later.
So to me, people say that was shocking. I said, no, she was a woman that was focused on a goal, and she got it. So tell us about some of the things, some of your projects that you've done in the past.
So some of the projects, like I said, I was the spokesperson on the Home Shopping Network.
That must have been interesting. I wanted to do that. I thought I could do that late at night, show somebody a computer, you know.
You know what? I absolutely love it. And because for me, well, first of all, it's all live. So whatever happens is
that's it.
what happens. Exactly.
But it's you, the camera people, the control room, and whatever item.
It's you there, and you know, you have a producer or the director who's in your ear kind of giving you feedback on what's happening. And what I love is that you get instant feedback from the audience. So as you're demonstrating a product and you're talking about this feature and you're demonstrating that, and then the volume of calls spike or the sales spike, and they're like, okay, that really worked, go back to doing that demo, you know, show that again. And so
what kind of products you had?
Oh, so I represented Hewlett Packard. So
you did the computers, didn't you?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about the computer. I wanted to take a job.
Yeah, so the computers, printers, all of the products that HP's offered. Yeah, it was really, really fun.
You know, we were just talking. You and I have been working together, and Sharita, hopefully, and I'll be working together sometime next year. You had just been recently working with Joe Horn.
Yeah,
with his product, and then you and I have a mutual friend, and I'm gonna throw him a shout out. Anthony Quinn, aka Truck Beats, has the new Saints. Who that workout? Y'all gotta go to iTunes or go to it's on YouTube, I guess.
Yep, it's on YouTube
and
as
it's
well.
him and Precious Diva with the Rose Spot Steppers, and they have a whole line dance. So go check it out. That's my shout out to Anthony.
Oh yeah, it's a great song.
It
I mean,
is.
there's
And
so
it's at
much
the proper
energy.
time.
Yeah, I mean, we're right in the the heart of the football season, and I mean, there are no fans like Saints fans.
Oh, no way. In fact, I just came back from New York, and the people up there are cheering for, you know, when they're coming out of the game, they're watching other games on the screen, and they're cheering for all kind of other people. I say, well, you guys not going to cheer for the Giants? Oh, no, we hate the Giants. Wait a minute. Well, I don't think you're trying anybody in New Orleans say, oh, I hate the Saints. I'd rather cheer for somebody else.
Whether they win, whether they lose, the Saints fans are there all the way. And I mean, even when they were the Aints, and you know, people came in with a paper bag on their head.
In fact,
they still were there.
I talked to a few people on their way. I'm going on my way to Atlanta. I'll call you tomorrow. The game is tonight. Hope you win, Saints win. Sharita, you done some Tide profile projects in the past?
Yeah, I work Essence a lot. So this past year, I was pretty much like the first point of contact for all of the.
Now your children are small, huh?
Yes, my children are.
Okay, so nobody had to come back and say, "Mom, can I go see Beyonce?" No. People always want to go backstage, but that is not a pretty sight.
But to be honest, I'm very focused on where I'm going, and a huge part of my goals for my career is to be able to allow my children opportunities like that. When they are in college and they want to intern at a music label or somebody, I'll know somebody there personally or whatever. That's a huge part because I want to build a legacy. So, I don't want to
that's important.
Yeah, I don't want to just use my contacts for myself. I want them to be able to help my family as well. So.
I went to high school with a lot of people whose family owned businesses in New Orleans, and of course I came from meager means, and I would see these guys, and then some of the high-name restaurants, I just threw like Brennan's and Boudreaux's Jewelers, and I went to school with all those guys, and I saw their parents laying the foundation for them and having a plan, and I just don't see that with a lot of minority parents saying that, let me leave something to my children. This is what I get. I'll get people come back to me. Havilah comes in. Havilah, Reuben, I need you to help me start a business. What you gonna do? I'm gonna start a PR agency. What are you gonna call it? I'm gonna call it Havilah's Kids and whatever. Why are you gonna do that? Oh, because I'm leaving a legacy for my children. They're gonna know the name, and it's gonna be Malone Enterprises. So this is my thing to them. I say, so you get in the elevator, and Trump and Oprah get in the same elevator, but they're getting off on the second floor. So you're gonna hand them a card. Here, I got Malone Enterprises. What is that? You don't have time to explain it. So if you want to leave your children a legacy, let's leave them money. That's the legacy I would leave them.
I mean, relationships. I'm really big on relationships. You know, like a lot of my clients know my kids. Some people, you know, would probably rather not see them, but I set that as a standard. Like sometimes my kids are gonna be at meetings with me. Sometimes, you know, I've pretty much trained them. They know how to sit there and listen when I'm doing things, and I bring them along because I don't want them to say, well, mommy goes out to work and we don't really know what she does. I want them to know, you know, have vision of what they can do. So, and to see their mom in a powerful position, you know, because a lot of times you see women, they stay home, or you just really don't know what they do, and their kids don't know. So,
you know, one of the things I think the strongest thing that a parent can leave for a child is a roadmap of showing them these things are possible.
Yeah.
Yes, you have dreams, you have goals, go for those. And I'm going to show you because I'm going to go for mine, and I'm going to accomplish those things. And I'm going to become proof of what's possible in life.
Yep.
And you can do anything that you want as well.
Very good. Good segue. I want to talk about images of African American women in the media. I have somewhat a problem with what I see now, and I wanted to get a female perspective on this. We had Claire Huxtable on television for years, and I thought was a wonderful role model. But now I have problems with the wives shows, Basketball Wives. A lady with $1 million income or whatever, throwing a bottle of Dom Perignon at another lady and using expletive. I have a 15-year-old daughter. She sees this. I got a problem with that. I even have a problem, Havilah and I had this conversation right before, with what I see with the #1 nighttime show, which is Scandal. Here we are showing in an inappropriate relationship with the president. So other than seeing Oprah every now and then, other than seeing Michelle Obama, tell me your thoughts on that. Let's kind of talk about that a minute.
Well, you know, it's tough. My husband, at one point I did watch the Housewives and all that stuff, but then it just got kind of draining, and I'm like, look, I need to focus. So, you know, we don't have cable. So so that makes it easy, because when we had it, it was so easy to watch. But my husband kind of, you know, made me agree to not watch those things until late at night. So I would just DVR everything and then watch it, and it became very draining for me personally. So I have no clue what's going on now with the new seasons. I don't watch it too much anymore.
But it's disturbing to me that I think the networks are perpetuating that we are violent as a nature, and you know, love and hip hop. There's all these inappropriate relationships. I'm dating so and so, plus I'm dating them, and that's acceptable. And then we get into some kind of confrontation. You know, the Maury Povich show. You know, again, I don't know, how is that entertainment now? So where did we get away from? You know, some wholesome entertainment, families together, eating, going through regular life situations. I mean, what's your opinion?
The way I see it, the majority of media and the images that are portrayed in media are for entertainment purposes. I mean, they even say they're for entertainment purposes. I think what a lot of people do is, you say, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that you're wrong. We have to assist in our own rescue. The only way that those shows get onto television is because people are watching them. So when we stand up for, this is what my line is, this is what my standard is for what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and I say, no, I'm not going to watch that show. No, I'm not going to support that program, and neither are my friends here. Like, we all are of that same mindset. We're not going to support that. That's a message that the networks hear. That's a message. As long as they're getting millions and millions of people watching those shows, guess what? They're going to keep putting them out there.
We're not on the Nielsen system. In fact, I don't know any African American. I had never talked to anybody, even Caucasian, that I knew that was a part of the Nielsen system. So how do we affect change that? I mean, because I don't watch Love and Hip Hop. I'm not interested in the lives of the guy Stevie J. And I don't know. That is not. And you can say, well, Reuben, that's you. You're older guy. That's not interesting to you. But for some reason, you know, I watch Facebook and I watch Twitter, and I mean, when they come on, I mean, the numbers go up.
Well, you know, I think, believe it or not, I think that a lot of those inappropriate relationships that go on, they are a lot of people's reality. You know, a lot of people are experiencing those things. You have a lot of women who let men treat them any kind of way, and I don't know, but I know that I've seen a lot of those kind of relationships.
Do we have to post that up?
You know, what I definitely
people want
want to put out
attention.
there is that you have to be so careful with watching a lot of the reality shows. I mean, I was on a reality show, you know, on the network, and it is for entertainment purposes. And so many times people watch these shows and are like, oh, we want to emulate, and I'm going to be like that person, or I can't believe she did that, or I can't believe she did that, where it may not exactly have happened that way.
Right.
So there's a lot of things
some scripting
that go on behind the scenes
to keep it interesting.
It's for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, so they set things up, and you know,
Absolutely.
two people don't like each other and tell both of them to be at the same place. You know, the other not knowing that the other one is there and know it's going to blow up. So
Okay, just like WrestleMania is coming, and I got an older son here, and you can't tell him. I said,
wrestling.
wait, it's not in a sports page. They never show it on that. But they were bleeding, Dad. No.
What I thought was so funny is when what is it, The Real Husbands of Hollywood?
Oh, now that was
out.
satirical.
as a spoof, yeah.
But they came out to show how farce, you know, reality shows, you know, can be. And to a certain extent, it's very true to a certain extent, because there is a formula that I'm going to put this personality and this personality in this situation. And guess what? That concoction, that chemistry right there is going to equal this result. And so you have to be very careful about what you take in, what you view, and what you watch. You are the controller of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if there's things that you want to see out there in the world, those are the things you have to support. Those are the things you have to get on social media and talk about. Those are the things that you have to do a book club about, or talk to your girlfriends about, and to help that to grow. Because quite frankly, you living through somebody else's life on TV is not going to help you get to where you want to go in life.
A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are very lost, and you know, they just don't really have any real goals or purpose, and so it's easy for them to fall into that and want to be Evelyn.
Thank y'all, ladies. We're going to wrap this up. Contact information right quick for me.
Yeah, HavilahMalone.com and ask@HavilahMalone.com as well.
365publicrelations.com, and on all the social media networks, that's 365 Public Relations.
We're going to try to continue this conversation. Sharita's going to Chicago, but you can call in the show Saturday. So we're going to be on Saturday on WBOK, 12:30 a.m. on Small Business NOLA, and we'll continue that conversation there. And we'll talk about. But I'm glad you two guys came on.
Thank
and
you.
it was very interesting. And it's just a lot more we need to talk about. So thank you for coming on today. We'll see you next month. Everybody, happy holidays to everybody out there in media land, and we'll talk to you later on Small Business NOLA.
You are now tuned in to the premier program for all of your